Yeah, under further review, we're back. We're doing something a little different today. Instead of our typical
Yes.
conversation back and forth, it's going to be a conversation back and forth still, but we're actually going to record this while the Knicks game is happening. As Joe was joking, maybe we'll go into parts of the Nuggets game after because that one was just as exciting during game one. What a comeback by the Nuggets, just as cool of one as the Knicks had against the Celtics, even though we liked it a little more from our fan perspective. But yeah, second half they're down 18 right now. I think it's still 18. My queue is still warming up, but yeah, it looks like a little under 5 minutes in the third quarter. It's 58 to 50 Celtics. You guys been watching it the whole time. I just got home at halftime, so I'm gonna let you guys talk about the first half and what essentially went wrong for this team. When I say this team, the New York Knicks.
Yeah. What went wrong? It's crazy because it's turnover based. The Knicks are just stupid turnover after stupid turnover. Um, but the Celtics aren't like in all reality they weren't playing all that great in the first half. I think they were 3 of 11 from the 3 point line. They were still struggling from three, and the Knicks just continuously turn the ball over, and it's the stagnant half court offense, and it just I even said it to Dugan when we were talking before we started recording is it's hard to watch sometimes. Like it really is hard to watch. They're a great team, and I really do feel that way. And unbiased, I really do feel that way. But they just do stupid. The turnovers are a killer. It's a ball stopping turnover almost every time down the court. It feels like they opened the game. Like I said in our group chat, like 0 for 1,000. It felt like they had saran wrap on the rim, just nothing was dropping. It was hard.
They greased up the rims for Jalen Brunson's layup attempt in game one. That was ridiculous. The Knicks make everything look difficult, but they're also really good at doing difficult things. But you typically don't see a playoff team just struggle to get good looks like this, but consistently hit them.
Yeah, I just
I can't really say I felt good about a single way the possession played out down the stretch in game one, but we kept converting. Like even like the Anunoby 3 pointer that put us up three, it was like Jalen Brunson dribbled out the clock to 8 seconds and just barely scrambled it, had a dive to the floor to sort of shovel it in the corner. And then Anunoby, hit a big
Yeah.
shot. But it's like, the Celtics are just this well
For
oiled machine that just couldn't hit a three. But it's really hard to say that we outplayed them. We needed
it's
that game, though.
like we talked leading up to this series. Me and Steve talked about it a lot, and I felt that they would get the Knicks just weren't the same level, and I think all of us know that. But it's so hard. You sneak out that win in the first night in game one, and you want more. Like I even said it today, and I guess I convinced myself that we're gonna have the biggest upset of the decade. But seeing how they're playing now, this is pretty much how I expected this whole series to go. It's just it hurts when it's turnover based because it's not even. I don't feel like it's the Celtics causing the turnovers. A lot of it is just missed dribbles or bad
yeah.
passes, and it's not like they're stealing the ball from us. It's just stupidity. I got to be honest, stupidity. And the other thing with it is Tibbs. I'm not even going to talk about his rotations because we know they're non-existent. Like he doesn't have a depth on the bench, and he refuses to go deeper than he does than seven guys or whatever. It's basically just not Mikal. It's basically just a campaign and I can't think of what his face is right now. Backup point guard to Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson. That's the bench, and so I'm not going to harp on that, but it's just like he doesn't call timeouts. He lets them continue to fumble the ball up the court consistently without trying to break it up. Run a play. I don't even know. Like do something to separate it. And
I love
Looks like a hell
Campaign's 1962 jump shot. It
that
must
thing
be
is
so demoralizing when that thing goes in.
I got to be completely honest with you. I hated
It does.
Campaign like last year with the Sixers. Like Campaign to the point where if I saw him in the street, I'd swerve to hit him with my car. That's really how much I dislike this guy. Now that he's a Knick, I love him, but I feel like we haven't. We saw a little bit in the first series of him getting that, being that, Energizer Bunny, but through
Well, let's
two
talk
games
about
to this point, he's
let's talk about a
done
few things
nothing
here
for us with the Celtics.
that
But
I
I do
wanted to
like
bring
him.
up.
But
There's two things.
yeah, I
First is a
just
joke. I hate when the Knicks wear their home uniforms on the road. It's happened two straight series because they did it in the Pistons series. And I know the home team gets to pick the uniforms, but it just feels so weird when they wear the whites on the road. The second thing is a serious remark, and this goes a little more deep. So I was keeping up with the box score before I got access to a TV, and the Knicks started 2 of 16 from the field. The other thing is right now they're shooting 38% and 22% from 3-point range. That's just not going to get it done. Yeah, unless you're playing Timberwolves or a lesser team than the Celtics. But because the Celtics aren't lighting up from three either. But the one thing that bothers me with the Knicks is you bring in a superstar in Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. It's supposed to complement Jalen Brunson. You have Brunson at the point guard. You have Cat underneath. Like, when is it going to happen where both these guys put it together in one game? Because that whole Piston series, it was either Brunson was on, and that was the majority of the series, or Cat had his one game where he was hitting clutch shots. But tonight, Brunson's 3 of 11 from the field, 8 points. Cat's having an excellent game, 18 points, 14 rebounds. He already has a double-double. But it's another night where you're not seeing them both put it together. And the thing that's crushing them is what just happened. Porzingis, they hit a 3. It's a 17-point lead, and Porzingis comes back, hits a clutch shot. Like, it's just taking the momentum. It's deflating.
By the way, it's the same score I think it was in game 1 before we came back. So we have them right where we want them. 73. I don't know how far behind I am, but 73-53.
No, yeah, but it's a little bit deeper in the game before he went on that 35-point run. But it's like you're watching it, and I'm sure people see it when they watch this. Our facial reactions, stupid turnovers consistently. They play. Oh God, I don't curse very often on this podcast, but they play so fucking bad. It's like it's hard to watch this. I'm struggling with this because
ideally, right now, 20-point lead for the Celtics. Where do the Knicks have to be heading into the fourth quarter to make it manageable, where we could possibly see a comeback?
Yeah, I would probably say they got to get this. Yeah, I think 12 is fair, but also I would love to. I don't know if anybody has it in front of them. I can look it up. But I'd love to see what they are from 3 so far this game. Because
I've been waiting for Hart to play like he did last
Hart, which is not
season
good
in the playoffs, because he really hasn't been up to that. And it's taken away from his other parts of the game, because he has 18 points right now, but he's not rebounding like he usually does. He has 2 rebounds, so that tells me he hasn't really been the energizer bunny underneath the hoop that they need him to be. And we saw it the last possession. They were lucky that they didn't capitalize on that. Where they got like 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. But one thing I got to ask you guys, we just saw Brunson take a charge, and I know he had one earlier in the game too. What superstar is getting underneath just letting the guy drop a shoulder into him like that? Not many, right?
No, I was the one he did in the first half was far worse on in the first quarter on Jaylen Brown. I mean, I don't know what he's given up in weight, but he got nailed on that. And just to answer your question, 4 for 19 from 3. Not answer, but tell you what I said. They're 4 for 19 from 3.
I mean, where are the Celtics though? They're still.
Yeah, but the Celtics are.
Still
Josh Hart
right?
Josh Hart is the only if you told me game 2 Josh Hart was the only guy that showed up offensively, I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed.
Steve,
you're ahead of me. I didn't see anything from Josh Hart
right
yet.
Now I'm at 115 right now. Yeah. And by the way, the one thing I want to point out is
that's
one thing I want to point out is now Mikal Bridges doesn't have a single point this game.
The offense has been 5 infuriating this year, because I can't even say it's been hit or miss, because it's been more miss than hit for him this year. And it's not the same guy as the Nets player, that's for sure.
I don't think there's 12 guys in the league that are worth 5 first-round picks. Mikal Bridges isn't even close to, I think.
No, I don't think so at all. I think.
Yeah.
I think that I was about to say I don't even know if there's 12, but I think they were so eager to do this Villanova Knicks thing, and obviously then we ended up trading DiVincenzo, and actually just because it applies. I know Steve saw it, Dugan. I don't know if you saw it, but
their nice commercial together.
Beautiful commercial. But Giannis put out or supposedly it
Oh,
was
it's
leaked.
fantastic.
Giannis
Chemistry
put
is
out that
on the
he's
screen.
willing to. He's looking, in terms of trade, the New York teams, the LA teams. What do you think? If one, do you think Giannis on the Knicks gets us over the hump? And two, do you think
Yeah,
that
that was going to be the
what would you
question.
think the trade package would look like for Giannis? If assuming you agree.
We don't have any picks left.
So we do have some picks left, but you in this situation, I'm assuming players are going to be exchanged to make this
I
work.
think if Oklahoma City loses this series, they might realize they don't have an elite second guy. Like they have a lot of good third guys. I think. I
Yeah,
think
but
part of my take already mentioned this.
They weren't on
But
the list.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, yeah, I think they are. They have as many picks.
No, but they weren't on Giannis's list that supposedly was released. They were not one of the
Oh.
teams. It was pretty much he wanted to go to a big market. But what I was saying is I was talking to Steve about this I think yesterday, and one I don't really. I think Giannis is still one of the best players in the NBA. I think he's great.
Yeah, I think it's top 3.
But I
Definitely.
don't think that I want that, if that makes any sense. I want somebody younger that's going to give me more longevity, keep my window open longer. But let's just say that Giannis is the guy that they decide is the one that's going to get him over the hump. I assume that either OG or Bridges has to go in the deal. And I'm going to assume that you're going to have the same opinion that me and Steve have on this. But what else do you think they'd have to give up to make that deal happen?
Isn't the whole reason
Probably
you
Cat.
bring him in is so that you have like
No, I don't know.
like
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
they
a
do
about the
that.
tandem
same
of
age.
3,
I
or a big 3, as they called it with the Heat. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I
Josh Hart.
think so. So I was thinking that you'd end up giving up. Personally, I think you give up Bridges, whatever picks you got left, and I'm going to assume it's going to be a bunch of ancillary pieces. So let's just assume one of, let's just say Deuce McBride, Bridges, and I'm going to assume Mitchell Robinson.
Do you guys really think their window's that long? Because Brunson, like the size that he is and the way that he plays, like I don't see him being anything's possible, but he doesn't seem like a guy who's going to be at this level for the next 7-8 years.
That was
like,
my thinking
isn't
before.
our window the way our team's
I
constructed
tend to agree
sorta
with
the
that
next
because I
3 or
think
4
it's
years?
going to be like a Nets type thing where if you don't get it done in the next few years, you're essentially probably going to try to trade guys like Brunson and others for picks back so that you can build your future again. So I think that's why the Knicks were like so okay with giving up the 5 draft picks. Is they, ideally, like, are they really going to be at the top of the first round? These draft picks, I think a lot of them were in the 20s, right? So you're not really getting a superstar potential player, and
Yeah,
that's really what the Knicks need. That they don't. I know they need depth also, but they need. I think in a win now mode like the Knicks are, they kind of need a player that's going to go on the court and produce right away because outside of the starting 5, you don't really know what you're going to get from the bench. Like Campaign stepped up in Game 1 against the Pistons, and we haven't seen him ever since. He hasn't really done much. McBride's confidence does not look like it's there right now. I mean, Mitchell Robinson's been playing pretty solid, but the whole thing with Robinson is like he just gets fouled nonstop, and they send him to the free throw line, so you can't keep him on the court. So really, what do we have on the bench? And I was kind of hoping like Tyler Kolek would be a steal or something. Maybe he would work out, but they stopped playing him for whatever reason.
Is Jalen Green going to be available? Are they just going to go full Thompson and then?
I don't know. The other option
That
that I
sounds
think
right.
is
I'm not-
like you said. What was Brunson's extension? 4 years. So all right. So there's your window right there. There's your window. Right. That's the easiest way to look at it. The other thing that I think, and I think we all at some point have probably internally thought this or spoke this out loud, is do you just switch up the coach? Is Tibbs the guy to get us over the hump? I don't. I mean,
It's been
I'm
on
going to be
blast
honest
this
with you. His
playoffs.
in-game
Did you feel
coaching
this way last
is
playoffs?
so infuriating, and I did. I've always felt that his in-game coaching has been suspect. The difference was last year. I think my expectations were a little. They were. I'll be honest. They were less because one, I didn't think that we would be coming along as quick as we did, and two, when all those injuries happened, I kind of just gave up. I realized that we just couldn't beat the Pacers. But this year I don't have that. Like I'm going to be honest with you. That's not an excuse this year. He chooses not to use a bench. Like, you've got Precious Achiuwa, who played a huge part in last year's playoffs. During points of the season, played huge parts of the season. And now you're going to tell me he's played, how many minutes did he play yesterday? 8 minutes for the first time in the playoffs?
You remember last year?
You can't use him? Like, his rotations are stupid
technically the
sometimes.
second round.
They make no sense.
I think he was getting like small.
He was big in the Pacers series. I think you're correct. I don't think you used him in the first series, but still, like, you retain this guy. You paid him a good amount of money.
That was a consolation prize when they didn't get Hartenstein. And that right there,
dude, what are we
going
doing?
to, like, if the Knicks get knocked out in this series, that won't get talked about enough. What Hartenstein did in that Pacers series is he essentially he won us probably 1 or 2 games. What was that one game where he had like probably 15 plus offensive rebounds or something at MSG? No, I thought that was the Pacers series where.
Oh, that was the Sixers, wasn't that Game 7?
They got blown out in Game 7. I think he was just a beast or something and had all these offensive rebounds. Yeah, Joe, it's right where you said it had to be.
By the way, we said 12.
So let's see what they can do with this first possession.
Yeah. So we basically have a 50-50 chance.
You know what I got to say? The Celtics are really good. Well, outside of offensive rebounding, it seems, but they're so good at getting matchups. Like, they're so good at getting the defense to rotate to the matchups they want. It's almost every possession they will rotate and pick and roll and get the matchups they want, and the Knicks they've got nothing to offer for it. And
my God,
they have like 7 or 8 guys that can get their own shot. They have 7 or 8 guys that are like top 3 players on another playoff team. Like Derek White is ridiculous.
He's
like he has.
Listen, he's a different path to the hoop. But it's just.
I'm sorry, but
what?
That's frustrating.
Stupidity. It's stupidity. Like I said, there's like points in a game. One, like I said, I get frustrated because when a team's on a run, what's the first? If you can't stop them, what's the first thing you do? You call a timeout and you get your team a break. You break out the clipboard. You scribble on it. You make something happen. And we just don't do that at all. Like, not even slightly.
Kyle Shanahan.
Maybe listen. If he's looking for a job. But then I think Tibbs. I think Tibbs is a great regular season coach. Yeah. He does nothing in the playoffs throughout his career.
Teams are worn out. There's nobody left.
Yeah. So, but then my question would be this: like, okay, let's just say the Knicks decide let's just assume we don't win this series
early,
which it's not looking great.
I would.
Who out there can get them
Dan Hurley?
What coach is out there?
I don't even care if it's his first head coaching job in the NBA. I just think that guy brings the fire and the passion in basketball that you need, and I think it would translate over to the NBA. He's just a straight winner, and that 3-pointer felt like a kind of a dagger there. But
yeah.
Yeah, I should.
I don't think he moved to LA for 2 reasons. I think
didn't Hurley want
his
the
wife
Knicks
was
job
in his
initially?
ear that she loves the East Coast. They're both Jersey people. And the second thing is, I truly believe that Hurley is waiting on the Knicks job. I think he wants the Mecca. He wants MSG. He always blasts St. John's how UConn turns. That's just terrible. What is going on? Like, this is just like the lazy things that can't happen. 9:36.
It's one of the worst sequences of basketball.
That's lazy basketball right there. Like in the NBA, a playoff team should never throw the ball in where they're not even 100% full court pressing them. I think they just happened to be standing there and they were so lazy with the ball that it was picked off. That it's just embarrassing. They're so flat. And that offensive rebound there on the miss. Luckily McBride was there. But it's just Bridges has to hit that 3. It's just stuff like that. That's why they're not going to win because, I mean,
but why are we settling for that 3? Why are we settling for that 3?
It's been the whole quarter. I mean,
it's 2025.
Mike, you brought up a great point. You said his Euro step a few days ago is one of the best in the NBA, probably. but like he's reckless with it sometimes. Oh my god, I'm so far behind you guys, but Peyton Pritchard's going off right. Yeah,
I just want to point out that
they're
Pritchard
letting
could be
them
a
play
starter
too.
on
By
like
the way,
28 other teams.
24.
Oh, they're letting them play, but I mean, it's just
I
like
just don't think
the
there's enough
Knicks,
time.
and then they
I don't,
still like they get a little run going, but then they instantly the Celtics stomp it out like it's that. And the other thing is that the Celtics, I don't feel like, and you
oh
guys
yeah,
might feel different. I don't think they've played a great game today at all. I think the Knicks have just played down, 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 down.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know, man. This is so fucking hard to watch.
I
And
didn't see it.
I can't. I
I
don't
guess
want to talk anymore. I'm gonna
Mitchell
let you guys watch
Robinson
that. I don't want to talk anymore.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
No, it's coming. It's coming. This is
does
an
he air
NBA.
does he
This is an
airball it?
NBA game. An
I still
NBA
haven't
player.
seen it. I don't. I can't believe how far
Sometimes
behind
it's
I
a
am.
mental thing, though.
Yes. I need.
Well,
I
there's
need.
always
I need
there's
to
always
move on
stories
from
of
Mitchell Robinson.
how Shaq and Dwight
It is.
Howard used to hit like 90% free throws in practice. Shit like that's mental.
I need to move on from Mitchell Robinson. I need a legitimate backup center. I can't. I can't do this. Like I understand that he's a great defensive presence, but the hack of Shaq bullshit the Celtics
It's excusable
and
when it's Shaq.
the
When it's Shaq, it's
I'm
excusable.
just
When
drawing
it's
a
a
blank
player
now. I'm
like
so frustrated with him.
Mitchell Robinson
Just
who
I need
doesn't
to
even
move on.
start anymore, like you need to make that part of your game at least okay.
Dude, this is
Yeah.
and we're just I just
It's not good.
I just can't watch him play basketball anymore. It's so friggin' hard to watch. Like, and they have to play him, right? Like they have to because they won't play Precious Achua. They have to
Can we
play
be
him.
thankful we stole a game at Boston?
Yeah,
Do we really expect 2-0?
No, like no, but
Big picture.
at some point I start getting the feeling of like, why not us? Like, why can't we be that team?
Oh my
Like
God,
when the Heat went on
bro.
that run a couple years ago, and weren't they a wild card team or whatever, a play-in team, and they ended up going like, why
Yeah.
can't that be us? And I just want it to be us once.
It could be. I mean, we need our role players to shoot about 60% from three.
Yeah, but like, don't the
Like,
Knicks
where's
really
our-
pride
where's our
themselves on
Max
out
Strus?
hustling other
We
teams?
only
And
got
it's
two
pretty
guys coming
clear
off the
that
bench.
the Celtics are out hustling
I know.
them to every
That's
single
true.
ball right now.
It's just like I don't want to like listen. They're right now they're down 14. Like, and I understand 7 minutes left. Like that isn't attainable. Like you can come back. Like
Are we-
especially this Knicks team.
Are we
But
that
they
down
do
on
such
Brunson in this
stupid
game that
stuff,
we're
like the
he's still
dumbest
sitting the bench
It's just so
in a
hard.
meaningful game? Like, are they,
I think they're trying to catch
He's
him a
not,
breather. I
but
mean,
it's the
he's
same thing
I mean,
as that
listen,
one-
I'm gonna
you remember that
I'll
one
tell you
game
right now,
against
he
the
is not
Pacers?
helping them today.
Yeah, he did it against the Pistons, and
Yeah,
they came
Brunson's
back and won
4 of
because of
13
him.
from the
I
field.
mean, you got to let your superstars just figure it out. I mean, a breather's a breather in the playoffs, but this is going on 5 minutes on the bench in the fourth quarter.
Well, here he comes.
Tibbs
Yeah.
Tibbs likes this unit. Maybe Bridges has 9 points in the quarter. Oh, that's wide open.
I don't know. I just like I said, I'm trying not to be unrealistic. Like I'd said that I felt they would get swept this series, and they won a game, and it was an exciting game. But like now that we're here, I want more. I want to be that team that upsets them. I do.
I always had the fear that last year was our chance, but I also like how we're starting to
Yeah,
make Al
he
Horford
doesn't
look
look
like
right.
a 39-year-old center trying to play perimeter defense. Because Brunson did put him up towards the end. He's very good for what he is as a perimeter defender, but whenever Brunson or Hart's on him on the outside, I like our chances.
I'll be honest with you. If they keep letting Al Horford shoot threes, we might have a chance.
Tatum has
He's looking a little.
He's looking every bit of his
Looking
age.
a little pungent.
But
should we talk about another series? The first 25 minutes has been us complaining.
no, this is what we said we were going to do.
This is what you wanted.
And
complain about the Knicks.
Listen.
Now.
You know what? This is part of being a fanatic. Is we just get our hopes and dreams fucking pissed on.
Well, if we're talking about the Knicks last round, I think I'm looking pretty accurate that I did not want to play the Pacers, and I did not want to I thought the Bucks were actually a lot better than they probably got credit for in the moment,
Do
because I
we?
think we now
Just
know that
speaking
the
of which,
Pacers are dangerous.
do we know what
What?
happened with Giannis and Matherin
Uh,
at the end of that game? What that was about? Does anybody have any context for that?
Yeah, that's
Are you talking
The
about Halliburton's dad?
No,
yeah.
with Matherin and Giannis Steve sent me a video like they got in a legitimate fight at the end of the game.
I saw Brooke Lopez dapped up the mascot, so that was pretty cool.
Well, that's you. Did you ever see his brother Robin when he used to play with the mascots, where he'd fight them?
I think that's probably why they probably know the mascots on like a first name basis.
I'm sure they do.
Like, he was talking to the human being inside the costume, not the chicken.
I just so back to the Dan Hurley thing. Assuming that's not him, do you think that there's? I'm going to ask. Do you think there's a viable coach out there right now that is better than Thibs with some NBA experience? The only person I can think of would like be Budenholzer. But do
Let's
you
give
want
Phil
him?
Jackson another chance?
I do not want. I hope wherever he is,
Apparently,
he's
a lot of fans
enjoying
want
his
that
life.
Knicks
I don't want
assistant
anything to
coach.
do with him.
I don't
Enjoying
know
the
his
money
name,
he took
but,
from us.
Yeah, basically.
he was looked at by a few teams for a head coaching vacancy last.
Yeah, but do we want to? Well, is he? What's his depth on the? What is his feeling about bench players? Before we start saying we want somebody, how do you feel about a bench?
By default, he likes them more than Tibbs. I think JJ Redick's the only guy who likes him less.
Oh yeah, JJ Redick's tough. Yeah, I don't know.
That was a 2K move. Just don't put your bench in. Play through the fatigue.
Their meters are red every time they shoot.
Yeah, but you only go down to like he sees the Gatorade symbol and he just ignores it. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. So the only coaches I could think would be like Budenholzer. For some reason, Monty Williams keeps coming to mind, but I don't think he's a good coach. There's like no NBA experience that's even worth looking at this point, I feel. At least I need to, you know what? I'm going to go back to I like Budenholzer.
Let me ask you something.
I think he could be better than Thibs,
like
but I want to know the
JJ
context of why the Bucks let him go the way they did.
Did you like JJ
They're
Redick in his
idiots for
first
letting him
year as
go.
a coach?
He's won everywhere he's went.
Yeah. What were you saying, Steve? I want to be completely honest with you. I barely paid attention to him, and obviously I didn't. The Lakers didn't have the result that I think they expected, and no, I can't say I did. No, you know what? I'm going to answer that. No.
I think they were projected to be like a 5 or 6 seed before Luka Doncic got there. I thought he was doing pretty well.
Do we think LeBron goes back
just
to
in the
Lakers?
playoffs? He really pushed the boundaries of what was possible in the playoffs with some of his moves.
Do you think
I think he's the kind of guy who can take the criticism and live with it?
Do you think that LeBron wants to stay there?
Stop.
When's he going to retire?
I think he's holding out to try and win another title.
He's too old and tired to move anywhere.
Al Horford, you beautiful
Steph?
bald
Just
man.
team up with Steph.
Maybe Golden State for one more year because it's kind of close.
I don't know. Mikal Bridges hurt us. Somebody's listening to the live stream here, and Mikal Bridges heard the comment about him not scoring.
That's like
in
the
the fourth.
no-hitter stuff.
Something's brewing.
He did. No, I said he had 9 points. I think he has 11 now.
Yeah, but now you're going to say,
when
they're
you're trying
coming
to insult
back, and
me
then
with
all of a
the
sudden they're down
context of a
50.
perfect game, and then literally the next inning he gives it up. No, Steve, positive. No, they're doing Knicks stuff.
See, you're just barely ahead of me. You can't react.
Speaking of which, because I'm upset by it.
Oh God.
By the way, pitching duel with the Yankees and Padres. Dylan Cease remembered how to play baseball. It turns out, he remembered this year he is a baseball player. And came back and had a perfect game. And Dylan, if you're listening to this, Stephen Macri from New Jersey jinxed you and said, "Hey, something's going on in the Yankee game."
I said I did say
Is 4 innings too early?
but
It wasn't
Like,
four.
when you start thinking about it.
To be fair, it wasn't. It was in the fifth. Was it the fourth thing? I thought it was fifth.
Oh, I think after the 5th inning is over, you can look at it.
So typically, I just want, like when Rodon had it going into the 7th, I just try not to acknowledge it. Actually, to go a step further, I turn the game off.
When
because
do teammates stop talking to the pitcher that has a no-hitter? Is it like the fourth inning or
I don't
fifth?
I don't know if that's a thing, to be honest with you.
Friday Night
What movie
Lights.
was that
It
again?
has
That
to
was
be.
that was in
I'm
the
throwing
movie
random
with
names at you.
no. That was a football movie. For the love of the game, for the love of the
Mr.
game,
Baseball, starring Tom Selleck.
for the love of the
You have
game.
to
That was in
imply
that.
Bellinger did
Where
something.
they all started to stop talking to him in like the third inning.
By the way,
That's a real thing, though.
yeah.
Yeah, now I'm in tune with this. Bellinger had a home run, didn't he?
Mike, you look like you're keeping scores on like a sheet or something.
Listen, man, that 208 is very intimidating. I am. I'm a bookie.
You look like you're at a racetrack.
No, I have my phone going,
The phone's
and then
ahead
I've
of
got
the
the
actual
iPad
TV.
going, and then I have the baby monitor.
So are you watching the same game on multiple screens?
No, it's my iPad that's ahead of the TV. No, so the Yankee game's on in the living room. I've got the iPad showing the Knicks game, and then I'm just watching the live feed. So not like the actual game, just the box score, because I feel like I'm in 1942 for the Yankees.
Tatum hasn't had a good game though.
Brunson going against Tatum always makes me nervous.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't feel like the Celtics have had a great game yet against the Knicks. It's just the Knicks are playing so freaking bad.
Well, defensively, I feel like Tatum can handle him a little bit.
I think Tatum's one of the best defenders, perimeter defenders.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, obviously, is probably the best perimeter defender.
Pick your poison. Derek White's fucking solid too.
Derek White
I'd
is
rather
very
go against
They're
Derek White.
also,
over-
you know what? Derek White, his arms are so long. Yeah, right now.
Steve's 2 minutes behind. We can't react.
I'm sorry.
Knicks have the lead though.
Can you turn that? Can we treat this like middle school baseball? Can you turn that into a rally cap
I don't
real
know if
quick?
this does that.
Just turn your hat into flip it inside out for me.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I wouldn't ruin a hat. I wouldn't ruin a hat in game 2 yet.
Wait, while this
The
game's
most
happening,
missed threes-
did anyone watch the end of the
The
Pacers
most
game last
missed
night?
threes in a 2-game span.
The Cavs.
I'm going to be honest. I fell asleep.
The Cavs had a 7-point lead with 45 seconds left, and they still found a way to lose. It was bad.
The Pacers can just. The Nuggets game is the same exact thing.
I'll be honest with
We've
you.
seen a million playoff games where the better team gets like a 8 to 10 point lead and they just hold them at arm's length.
The
I swear to
Pacers are a
God,
scary team.
The Pacers can cover a 10-point deficit in 90 seconds
Yeah.
flat at any moment. Halliburton can get by anybody.
He just can't play against the Knicks. The problem is that the rest of the Pacers pick him up when they play the Knicks.
Oh,
That's
Miles
the
Turner
Pacers
is a
team.
killer against the Knicks.
Halliburton didn't really turn it
He
on.
had a
till
great
the
game
end,
last night,
but
23
everyone
and 8.
else picked it up.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. If you ask me who from the
Yeah.
East is the most scariest team to play right now, it is the Pacers.
Mhm.
I honestly don't.
I've never been totally on board with Cavs, and Donovan Mitchell had fucking 48. It was everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. These games are the Knicks, and all things considered, are tightening this up. I think that it's going to be a dogfight probably most of this series. With this game, it might get flipped upside down again, but the Celtics are going to be fatigued coming out of this series. I think the Pacers are very ripe for the. They're going to end up probably running. I feel like they're going to get to the finals, but I don't know.
The Cavs are missing.
I think the
Darius
Cavs will push
Garland
until
and
the 6.
I think Evan
I don't
Mobley.
know.
That's
I think
two
we'll hear from
huge
them.
pieces. That's like taking Bridges and OG probably out of our lineup.
Yeah, Evan Mobley's a
That's-
great player.
That's
that's
why
like
Mitchell
Cat
had to
and,
do it by himself last night.
Right, it's the
Because
second and
he
third best
didn't have
players.
anyone else
I would
around him.
think.
Yeah, the Knicks didn't close the deal on that one.
Do you think he regrets not coming to the Knicks? Well, I guess the Knicks didn't want him.
I don't know. The Cavs have had a lot of success, all things considered.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm curious about that. If you were to take, I'm assuming we probably wouldn't have Bridges, and I'm going to guess we probably wouldn't have. Well, I think we probably still get OG. What would the combination of If let's just go
And
back,
you
what
don't
was that,
have
a year
Cat
ago,
or
just
2
want
years
Bridges
Rick
ago?
on the
Brunson
team,
on the
but
sideline.
instead you keep
That's all I want.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah. There you go.
You probably
And then, but you've got Donovan Mitchell, Jalen,
no.
DiVincenzo.
I would
We'll say
love
that
for Cat on
you
that
said,
team,
let's
but
just say
I
you
just
do
don't
get
think
Cat
they
still,
would
or you
do
said
it.
you don't want it.
And also, like, I don't know how like the finances turn out, but like maybe there's a situation where you bring in Mitchell like 2 years ago when you were supposed to. You have Brunson in that backcourt, and the finances work out where you can bring back Hartenstein, because I think the Knicks only missed by like what 5 to 10 million or something like that. It wasn't like a huge difference.
It wasn't over. Yeah, it was over the term of the deal. And to be fair, Hartenstein, from
Yeah.
what I understand, it was like he really, really, really wanted to be here. And I'm sure that if they would have closed that gap 2 or 3 million and not even matched Oklahoma's offer, but just close it 2 or 3, he probably still is here. But you know what? We lost a great player. We developed him, obviously, because he was a nobody before that, and we let him go. And that's just kind of how it goes. And I'm happy to see that he's still having success. I just wish it was with us and I didn't have to watch Mitchell Robinson. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as this game gets closer, I know he's on the floor right now. It's going to get to the point where they have to pull him and they can't play him.
They had to pull Shaq too.
And here we go. Pull him from the game, guys. Imagine out of nowhere, he just flips off the Celtics and turns out he could hit free throws.
Remember what Giannis did in the finals? It's possible. He might rise to the occasion.
I just, I equate
There
this
are
to a
running
running
backs
back that
like
can't
that.
catch. How do you play this sport your whole life, your whole entire life, and can't shoot? But that's what I'm saying.
Adrian
Like,
Peterson did just fine.
but how do you play your whole life like a running back you can't catch, or a basketball player that can't shoot? Like, how do you go your whole life? And then you see these off-season workout videos of Mitchell Robinson, and they're just, please stop giving him the ball, please. You see these off-season workout videos. He looks like Kevin Durant out there shooting threes.
I'm surprised you do that down by 4. That seems like something you do maybe like
That
when
burnt
you're
the
up 4.
Pistons.
Yeah, but they got
Because if he
fouls
hits
to
one-
give.
if-
And what is he as a free throw shooter? 54%.
That hurt the Pistons.
Well, he hits
I
hits
forget
one
what
or
game
two.
it
It's
was,
a
but
one-possession game,
they
and you're
started
down to a
fouling
few
Robinson, and
possessions
then
left, right?
And
their
then-
centers got into foul trouble, and then the Knicks came back and won that game.
Yeah, they just it looks like they pulled him, but I was actually sitting there thinking of him. Just let him keep
He's so
pounding, get him
pissed.
in, so they're in the bonus, and then
It's like,
now
can't be fun
you
for
really
him.
got to play hard.
It can't be like you go on the court. 241.
Where are you guys at in the game right now?
233.
Did you just see the cat thing?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
is it
I
a
probably
good
would
cat
have
thing?
I'm 5 seconds behind you, and Steve is 20 seconds behind me. I think that's
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah.
I just saw it. Oh, and
say
one.
maybe.
Wow.
Don't ruin it.
Wow, look at that. Oh my, I cannot believe we have a close game right now.
Let's go, boys. We're back in the game. God, just please let Al Horford keep shooting threes.
I'm not watching
his
his face right now. I'm
Person
watching the
with
game on
best
my
stream,
computer.
it's your responsibility not to fuck us over here.
Joe,
I don't care if Jalen
how would
Brunson
that
legs-
happen?
his
How would a
leg
leg
flies
come off?
You have
I need
to
details.
keep a straight face.
A dismemberment out of nowhere.
Al Horford charges from the
17-2
sideline and
run.
pins him against
And out of nowhere,
the
he has
support.
a katana in hand.
If it's a good thing.
Let's go.
If it's a good thing.
Right.
Oh my God.
And Joe Mazzulla starts gnawing at his knees.
They don't get hit a shot. I'm jinxing us, but
Go New York.
0
go
field
New
goals
York,
in
go.
the last
Go New
6
York,
minutes
go
and
New
30
York, go.
seconds for the Celtics. That's crazy. That's our
Mike,
That's our
be
star.
responsible.
That's
Don't
Brunson.
ruin it.
I'll just do this.
First lead of the night.
We
Wow.
need to see. This is
At the
unlistenable,
minute
by the way.
55 mark.
But-
First lead of the night for the Knicks. Oh my gosh.
I don't think my heart can handle another overtime game if it happens. Just being completely transparent.
That's
I'm so
bullshit.
stressed. Every Knicks game is like that.
I don't know if the Knicks know this as players, but somebody should let them know. If they just don't turn the ball over, they don't have to work this hard at the end of the game.
I don't understand why.
If they run good offensive plays,
I don't understand why every Knicks game is like this.
I'm not the one to tell them what it is. Yep.
Yeah, that Brunson foul was.
See, now they were trying to bait. You see, that's what you do. You have to go at Horford. Make him look like he's 39.
You know why this is going to be listenable? Because our first 38 minutes of this.
Not now. Yeah, when we were complaining and we were okay.
They were so close on that white.
Questionable.
So
how do you
wait?
How do you guys feel about this celebration?
Wait. Is that someone's celebration?
I don't even know what that means. He started. Tatum does whenever he hits a shot.
Yeah, he got fouled.
I'm not saying that Tatum hits a shot. I'm just saying that he's been doing it.
He also copied people. Did you see him when they won
sweating.
The finals last year?
I'm sweating.
Did you see that video where they compared Tatum to
like
things other people said in the past? It was so cringe. Oh my god, I gotta send that to you.
No.
And
like his poses and the KG thing.
Boys.
No, let's talk about Westbrook's revival right now.
Jalen,
Mike, I need your attention.
Brunson.
Are you mad?
Mike, you're not doing a good job.
Oh,
that wasn't a good Jalen fucking Brunson.
No, it was not a good Jalen Brunson.
They're going to hold on to it, right?
He just got amputated.
They have to for the final shot.
I would assume that you're going to hold it for the final shot.
I don't like it when Jalen Brown.
Here's the downside to this, boys.
Robinson?
Is that
that's a bad sign for us.
You know who's coming in for defense.
Mitchie.
And if somehow Mitchie ends up with the ball, he's going to get fouled, and we're not going to be able to sub him out.
That's fine. I believe in him.
I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. Usually, if an NBA player, if you're like, we're going to kill you if he doesn't hit a free throw, any NBA player would be like, you know what? I can live with that. Mitchell Robinson, I'd say, don't even bother. Just get it over with. Just end it for me now.
So someone one of these days will try underhanded again, and
he's got nothing to lose.
On.
He's got nothing to lose. Just give it a shot. Nobody's going to make fun of you.
He's still alive.
Yeah, airball free throws. Nobody's making fun of you. I'd rather see him break it off the backboard than another airball.
Anyone?
Me? What will I do?
I'll still be worried.
I'm going to be honest with you. If they win this game, I'm still going to be worried. But I'm probably going to have a hard time sleeping tonight. My blood pressure is definitely up.
Think about your life.
I'm probably going to have to sit on the couch and, just cool down for a little bit. Think about life. Think about my choices that I've made this point.
Joining this podcast.
Definitely have to think about that. But the important thing is I probably feel if they somehow win this, and I'm not sure that they are, to be honest with you. They're playing like shit again this last second here. But if they, I don't know. I feel like I think they have a legitimate chance to do this.
Knicks could be up 3-0 in Game 4 with a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go, and I still think the Celtics would find a way.
Oh,
actually,
good.
I don't. The Celtics.
Oh no, it wasn't. I hate
that
you.
That was stupid.
Oh my god,
Mike, you're not even trying.
I looked at the ESPN app. It's ahead of mine.
Did you just saw the Tatum thing? No.
Yeah, but that was intentional, 100% intentional that the Knicks just let him go up the floor like that.
It's like Andy Reid letting the other team score quickly. So
yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't see. Do the Knicks have the Knicks? Yeah. Steve, you have the thing on your phone, right? Oh, look, here's your favorite commercial, Dugan. You have your phone up, right, with the box score?
Why would you let Tatum just rush up the court like that, though?
Put on the visor. Put on the visor, DiVincenzo.
But you still have to put it in. Like, I'd rather go out
because now you have the last shot. don't know. I don't know how I feel about this right now. I'm gonna let you know right now that if we give it to Brunson to hold it for 17 seconds of this 18 seconds
I
left in
can't
this
believe they're
game,
gonna blow this fucking
probably
game.
just gonna shut the computer down.
God.
Get him an Al Horford, then you can do whatever he wants.
I have no confidence in this last possession.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's out of the game now, right?
Do you want him to foul Mitchell Robinson now?
That's why I was asking, do we have timeouts? I assume we do. Obviously. So, what? I don't know. I actually don't think Mitchell Robinson was able to get back in time. I think that's probably what happened. But could you imagine if
let Tatum shoot a fucking three?
If that's the play that loses us the game, I will probably be pretty upset.
Mitchell Robinson wouldn't be a very good defensive back.
I'm not sure what position Mitchell Robinson would play in football.
So scared.
It's my hot take.
Here we go.
It's not going to end well.
Oh, against Holiday?
No, this isn't going to end well.
They lost.
I'll let you see it.
Mitchell Robinson just hit a three-pointer.
The Celtics have the ball again with 12.7 seconds, right?
No, relax. No.
Are you ahead of us?
No. Did they? Are you ahead of us now? No, you're not ahead of us. So no, they did not.
You ever see the meme where Jalen Brunson looks like the girl from The Last of Us?
Do not put Mitchell Robinson back in the game.
Okay.
I have not seen the meme of that.
All right.
Oh my! Did you say you're good D?
We sure did. You bet your bippy we just did. No, you bet your bippy. There's no.
Oh my God!
Mitchell Robinson back in the game. There's no good D.
Yes.
Mike, you have to hold a straight face for 5 seconds.
My app's way ahead of you guys. There's some good fortunes coming our way.
No,
I cannot believe
Mitchell Robinson did not allow himself. Let's go!
Wow. Wow. Is that Bridges again?
No, Mitchell Robinson, baby. Just fucking, he did not. Oh my God.
How did they take 2 games from the Celtics at home?
No, did you not see that defense by Robinson?
Did you not see Bridges?
How did that happen?
Boys,
never
I'm not
would have
going to
been
bed
a million
tonight. Holy,
they're
Bridges
so bummed
had it
out.
tied up. Just the reaction. Oh my God. Hold on. I think we need a song.
This and the way game one ended. The way game one ended, I've never seen a defensive play like that where he just took the ball away from a guy. That I'd say each of these games is worth a first-round pick. So
do you think this breaks? Do you think this breaks the Celtics a little bit?
No.
I think
they were down 3. They were down 3-0 to Miami and came back to a game 7. I do not know. This team is much better
man.
on
losing
this
2
games.
Games.
Way better on the road. I'm telling you.
2 games the way they did. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no way that they go into the next game like, holy shit, how are we down 2-0 right now?
You have not. The Celtics.
I love. Listen, you guys were all upset.
7 years
told
with this team
from the beginning of this. It's okay. Things are gonna be fine, guys. I told you there's no reason to be upset.
I'm talking you down, Mike, because the Celtics have been here before. I'm telling you,
they have. But to be all right. So there's one thing I want to point out, and I think throughout this whole playoff,
we win one game. Game 3 or game 4, we win one of those,
in a row.
and I think all the pressure is going to be on us in game 6. That's the way I see it playing out.
You have to take one at home, right? Like that's an obvious. It has to be one at home. You have to take it.
Yeah.
If we take, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know. Again, I still think the Celtics win this series, even though we're up 2-0. But my meter's going up a lot higher. But if we take game 3, I'm going to be honest with you. I am going to be I'm going to be ravenous game 4.
Yeah, you got to say Boston
the right way. 30% chance.
I'm going to find somebody from Boston and just bite their ear off, Mike Tyson style, just because I can. No, I don't. Boston. No, I don't. They're literally. You know what? We might have Boston listeners, so I don't want to. You know what? Fuck Boston.
So it's going to be Knicks Warriors in the finals, right?
But just so you know, Boston is my second least favorite sports city.
Joe, what did this game
Is it
remind
Philly?
you of?
The other one?
Philly is my first
A
disdain in
91-90
life.
game. What did that remind you of?
Yeah, Philly sucks.
What do we talk about a lot? The late 90s or 90s, 1990s basketball? No, I mean just in general, like a game that
90,
doesn't break
91,
100
the
in
exact
the
score?
current landscape of the NBA. That that doesn't happen to us.
If this were Warriors Wolves, this would have been a barn burner.
I want to just let you know. So Kevo is a diehard Thunder fan, and if he listens to this,
Tell them
I'm
to
gonna
get on
run
the
my
pod.
mouth
Stop having cold feet.
relentlessly now.
This, I mean,
I
if you're
told
talking
him.
about a comparison, what about Wolves Nuggets last year? You don't even have to go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's. I just. Sorry.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
just,
Did you
he
see
just
Matt's
texted me. I'm
text?
talking shit
Good
right
point,
This is
now.
a
Joe. Thank
crazy
you.
run, he writes.
Dude, oh my god. I just. I'm gonna be honest with you. My head, like I feel so hot in my head right now. My head is so warm.
How am I gonna mark off the
It's all
chapters
mixed.
when I edit this?
There is no chapter. Just put it out the
Complain
way
about
it
the
is.
Knicks, pessimistic about the Knicks. Knicks win,
Whatever we
still
talk about.
pessimistic about the Knicks,
What else is left to
and
talk
then
about?
whatever
Our
we
Knicks
talk
won.
about.
I am souped. I am ecstatic. I feel like I'm running a
Please
fever. There might be a stroke coming. I'm not sure, but all things considered, I've kept this very contained. I've usually
If you were
very
to
emotional.
fall to the ground, if I screamed loud enough
My
into
dog
the
is
computer,
emotional
would your wife
currently.
hear us?
Uh,
Yeah.
who Gina? Maybe, but I think she knows the context of what's happening here. She'd stay away. I'd
I
hope.
think this would be the biggest upset since probably Dallas over Miami,
That whole
unless you want
Heat
to
run
count the
that
Heat
year
over the
felt
Bucks.
like just one major
But I always thought the
upset.
Heat were just a bad matchup for them. Yeah. Other than that, I would say the Mavericks.
So do we?
The NBA doesn't see a lot of upsets like this.
So do we think that the Thunder are going to get it together tonight against the Nuggets, or is Joker just too much? I feel like they have awful, like they just don't match up well against him at all.
I think the Nuggets have no depth, and they got really lucky to win Game 1.
He would
Yeah, but
have to
who's
do
guarding
40 points and
Joker?
like 20 rebounds every game.
They've
for
got
them to
nobody
win
that can guard him.
No,
Yeah, but he's capable of doing that though, which is crazy.
He gets
Like
in foul
Chet
trouble.
Holmgren can't do anything against him. Hartenstein's their best hope, and I'm not sure that Hartenstein can guard him.
Chet Holmgren needs to eat a fucking cheeseburger.
Chet Holmgren needs more than that.
Well,
You know what? He needs to come get on my diet
He
plan.
can't do that.
Just straight fried food, just fried everything.
He needs a solid center of gravity.
Also, you know, the one thing about Chet Holmgren, and I liked him coming out of college, is that I felt like his offensive game just has not developed. Like he was so dynamic in high school and even parts of college. He's does not have that aspect of his game.
I thought middle school Chet Holmgren was the best Chet Holmgren.
I think middle school Chet Holmgren was special.
He was very special.
How do you feel about the Knicks? How do we feel? Yeah, we feel so good.
If you put peanut butter on another one,
This is a Nick Wiener.
You might get more like
just
somewhere
no
else.
This is a Nick Wiener. All right. Oh, we're gonna watch the Knicks highlights here. If you're still watching, which is great. You know what? Is it copyright infringement if we put a live feed of the game up alongside of our conversation?
No one watches this. We're fine. No one's gonna care.
This has to be
mom
marketed
watches
differently. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Just I am so happy we got that on video.
Yeah, it might have been better for the podcast if we had lost, but I don't care because I think our heads would be a little clearer.
You put her down,
dude. My kid is still awake. It's 9:30. I put her down at 6:30, dude.
Did you guys watch any of the Warriors game last night?
I did not.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I already said I
watched,
didn't.
Have you
I
guys watched any
the
West Coast game
Thunder
past
the
the
other
third
night.
quarter?
No,
I'm not sure if
I have not.
it's been all highlights for the fourth quarter.
I couldn't sleep that night, so I kept the game on.
Oh, I fell asleep in
And
the third
I
quarter
will
for
say,
that.
like, Nuggets
I had to
looked
catch
flat
up.
the entire game until the final stretch.
I think we're overdue for a Russell Westbrook throws the game away kind of game. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet, but he is. Maybe he hit his peak at age 36. Who knows? But yeah, the fact that the entire national media is like freaking out that he made a good pass at the end of the game.
I mean, he's doing a lot that he's not
kind of
really
sums
known
up
for. Like
Russell
in the
Westbrook's
first series, he was
last
hitting,
10 years.
he was hitting 3-pointers, and I think like in the like you said, the past 10 years, it's been a little different. Game on the line. I think Westbrook's trying to get to the hoop. The fact that he's passing, yeah, I mean that's what they need right now because
Yeah, shot
Jamal
selection.
Murray in the bubble, I trust that man with my life probably, but Jamal Murray now, I don't know if he's like my point guard. Like I would rather maybe have Russ run point guard, shift Murray over to shooting guard, which they've been doing, and get a few open shots for Murray, get his confidence going from the offensive side. Let Russ deepen his career now that he's not like that lights out scorer where he's not going to put up 25-30 every single night. Like let him do the small things. That's a sign of a good player right there, someone who adapts with their age. And that's what he's doing. Like that's what's going to keep him around too. Like if he keeps doing the small things right for a team, and I think that's why the Nuggets like him so much. He'll be a piece for a team next year. That's for sure. Yeah.
He's gonna have to. Like Michael Porter Jr. is hobbling around on one leg. Like you can only expect so much from Christian Braun, as great as he's been. You need at least 7 or 8 like reliable guys.
And doesn't
you can't do Tom Thibodeau kind of offense where it's 4.5 people.
And Michael Porter's on his last limb in terms of didn't he have a fusion in his neck? Like I mean, he's not long for the NBA game to begin with.
He's been so good.
By the way, Steve, just so you know, Trent Grisham just hit a home run tie game for the Yankees.
That's for sure.
Dude, where did that come from? Great defender, one of the best defenders. Oh, Joe Mazzulla's right now on for his press conference. I got to hear this.
Are you going to tune us out?
All right, yeah, we could listen to it. Here, I'll put it on. Can you hear it?
38-17 run. Jeez.
Let's see the box score.
How many points did we score in the fourth quarter? It must have been over 40 then, right? Unless the run encompasses some of the third quarter.
What did Bridges finish with for that total? I mean, he was the reason we won that game.
He was scoreless the first 3 quarters.
That's why I'm saying, what did he finish? I think that he had to finish with, 15?
The Knicks won the
14.
quarter 30-17.
He's now officially worth 2 draft picks. He's got a ways to go, but he's getting there.
I don't think we're talking enough. So Bridges finished with 14.
So then we end the third quarter in a 8-0
none of us have mentioned the fact that OG had 5 points tonight. Does it though?
Well, he had 29 game 1. It evens out. No. That's not good.
You know what? The big thing is, you know what? In all fairness, Bridges and
he's
OG,
our third option basically.
He is.
Like, 5 points
but
isn't great.
But they tightened up in the fourth quarter massively because Brunson. I mean, he showed up in the fourth a little bit, but they defensively tightened up. And at the end of the day, nothing matters. What matters is they got to win. Stats don't make a difference. They got to win, but it would be nice to see the Knicks put together a complete game just once this playoffs. Because every game's a dogfight. I told you, I said if they make games a dogfight, they have a chance to win. But for once, I'd love to see them win by 17 or 18. Coast
other one I want to ask is
not against the
Porzingis
Celtics.
Played 14 minutes and came off the bench. Is he still sick? He just left the game randomly in game 1.
Did they say what he's sick with?
They said it was like an illness, but I wonder if he's just scared to play his old team.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
That was
I'm
speaking
not
of
gonna
Phil
do anything
Jackson.
with that.
That was the one good thing he did for us.
Actually, you know what? I can help
Even though he
improve.
didn't do anything with him.
I know what they should do the Knicks in this
You'd be
offseason,
okay with
regardless
that?
of the outcome of the series, is flip Mitchell Robinson for
You'd be
Porzingis
okay with
straight up.
that?
The Celtics would love that.
What was that? It would. I would anything. I would take if they want to cut Mitchell Robinson to sign Dugan to play center. I'm fine with it.
What about Jordan Poole?
I would take Jordan Poole over that, but he doesn't play center. I honestly, I'm going to say this right now. I haven't seen Dugan play basketball in probably 12, 13, 14 years, and I'd be willing to bet if you put him and Mitchell Robinson on the foul line, Dugan hits at least 55, 56%.
I haven't seen me play basketball in about 2 years.
I feel like
Fitness, that's what it was.
you know what? That's what we should
LA
do.
Fitness. Yeah.
That's what we should do. We should have the
I'll
under
hit him with
further
that
review
George Mikan
basketball
sweeping
invitation.
hook. You better watch out.
Joe
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have
freshman
the
year was
under
like
further
Space
review
Jam.
basketball invitation.
Like he started out freshman year like this small little thing that you just wanted to pet on the head and like make sure that he wasn't rabid, like it was like a little rabid. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, did he get like LeBron
That's the
James's
nicest
like
thing you ever
ball
said
or
to me. Thank
something?
you.
He didn't get the skill, by the way, but he just went up to like 6'4" out of nowhere. And
I wasn't used to my body until like 28.
Well, typically when you grow like 11 inches in 1 year, it's hard to
my
adjust.
he wasn't used to his body. That's
But in
why
all
I
fairness,
had a
he
hard,
was
I had a
locking
hard
the
time
door
going to
so
sleep
much.
because my knees were
Take
just
forever
growing.
to
It was so funny. It literally you grew like 11 inches in like a year. But I know what the secret was. When he'd go home from school every day, he couldn't come out and play anything because he had to go home and eat bread. That was
bread and soda.
That was the key to his height.
I gained about 10 pounds of
Do you know what
muscle
Joe-
eating
do you know
bread,
what Joe
Wonder
told
Bread
me
and
one
soda.
time?
Yeah, and you gained about 11 inches in height too.
We went to get like a
I don't
slice
know.
of pizza, and Joe love pizza. But Joe got a can of soda. It was like the first time in
Maverick
a while
getting
I've
pizza.
seen him drink soda. And I think I straight up asked him, I was like, why don't you drink soda that often? Or he's like, oh, I don't do this that often, he told me, something like that. And I was like, oh, why not? He goes, it makes me break out.
I can understand that. I mean, I don't drink soda at all. By the way, they have Michael Porter on Chet Holmgren for defense.
The same thing happened with my dad, by the way. He was 5'2", like freshman, sophomore year, and then he grew to 6
You're the
feet.
only 6'11" person
Yeah,
who
you're
didn't
like
make
fucking
the NBA.
6'11".
And actually, it's only 25% of 7-footers are in the NBA.
I gotta
It's
be
actually
honest.
a lot higher than you would think.
What are you, 6'5"?
NBA terms, I'm 6'5", yeah, because they always round up.
And still can't dunk on the 9-foot hoop at Hillside.
You know, I got better at dunking. I could do like a WNBA dunk when I was at LA Fitness, but then like I don't know, my Achilles started to hurt, so I stopped.
Yeah, it's a good
I just
reason.
don't think I never learned proper jumping form. I always jumped like those guys in like those old 50s, like when they just do like put one knee up and they go off of one leg. Like wait, you're supposed to like put all your force into 2 feet and then like
He
explode.
exploded in the basement.
yeah, but like I feel like my legs would just snap.
Yeah,
like,
you're more like
Exploded in the
you're like
basement
a
when
horse.
he
I
found
tried
out
that.
about
Yeah,
his
you're more
body.
like a horse, just very graceful.
What?
Oh god.
Good
Oh
experience.
god.
This is what happens when the Knicks win. We just have no organization.
Holy shit. Michael Porter Jr. That
Is Ian
dude
Eagle the
can-
best announcer right now?
He's got some like he plays hard.
Yeah, Harlan.
Yeah,
Kevin
easily. I think it's Iron Eagle.
Bang!
I love
Rack
that.
attack. No, what does he say?
I like
I
Iron
can't
Eagle
do
a
it.
lot.
I can't do an impression of Ian Eagle.
That's some foreshadowing potentially.
Did you ever notice when
Rack
like
attack?
No,
Jamal
Iron
Murray
Eagle.
will put up
The
a
mention,
three and
there's
he'll
some
be like Jamal
foreshadowing, I think.
Murray for 3, count it. He always has like a counter response for it. Listen to him.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Breen is what I. Breen's my guy.
You're not. You guys
He's the
are
one who does
not
bang,
Mike
right?
Breen guys.
Bang.
You're not.
I like Mike Breen. I like Mike Breen too.
Yeah, Breen's up there. He's a good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the Knicks guy.
I got to be honest. I hate these Thunder uniforms.
No.
Who's the GOAT NFL announcer like ever?
Tony Romo.
Greg Olson's good.
Well,
It's definitely Joe Buck.
Stop.
Greg Olson.
He's all right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because
Yeah.
do you think it's Joe Buck? I guess it would be.
I think Al Michaels went like 10 years ago, up until 10 years ago.
Yeah, but he's been rough the last couple of years.
Hey, he's like 92 years old.
He is, but I mean, like, it's just like there reaches a point where you probably shouldn't do this anymore, and he's well exceeded that point. Because if you watch, like you go on the internet after his calls the last couple of years, people kill him on the internet saying he needs to give it up.
It's a Thursday game, though. Like, who cares? I'd rather just hear his voice and him not care.
Yeah, I think he still loves what he does, and I think that's why he hangs around as long as he does. I don't think so much at that point it's about paycheck with him. I don't think he knows how to stop.
Michael's
I'd rather have watched about
Miracle
Michaels
on
and
Ice,
prime
right?
Joe Tessitore for an NFL
And that was
game.
1980,
I don't know.
guys.
Yeah,
1980.
he was.
Yeah,
That's
he's
45
been around
years
a minute.
ago.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's old.
So are we doing this
Dude, Shea is
live coverage
special.
of this game
That
now?
dude moves different. No, I am not. I have to calm my emotions right now. See, that's the one thing I went so long where my teams outside of the Yankees, my teams never made actually to go a step further. Before 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when's the last time the Knicks made the playoffs? It was with Melo and what?
Last year.
No, I'm talking about before this
13,
current iteration of the Knicks. When's the last time they made the playoffs? It was with Melo in what? 2013.
13, yeah.
So I went all that time without playoffs there. The Rangers after 2014 were pretty bad. I don't even want to talk.
Oh, that was longer.
After 14.
Well, yeah, it was before that. It was 2000. But
yeah.
I said after. No, it was 2014 was the year they went to, or 2015.
I think the next year or
the
like 2 years after that, they made the Eastern Finals against the Devils, didn't
13.
they?
They went. There was a really big slump after Lundqvist
they lost
retired.
to the Lightning that one year. I remember.
That was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But anyway, like my
27
teams
World Series.
don't make
Get
playoffs.
out of
Like
here.
outside of the Yankees, my teams they're not historically good franchises. I'm just saying, like I don't know how to act when it comes time for the playoffs. Like my body, like for instance, like a Patriot fan, I bet you they're just like cool, calm, and collected. Like, we've done it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have.
Right.
Well, I guess for baseball, I kind of have that reaction, but I haven't had it in years. But I just don't know how to act. I don't know how to act.
I feel like the edge was taken off of being a Giants fan after they beat the Patriots.
Yeah, I'd love to know how that feels.
So Jets Super Bowl obviously would be number one for you, right?
Yeah, I'd cry. I'd give up every other one of my teams winning a championship to see the Jets win one. And I'd be honest with you, I would sob for hours afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm just being completely honest.
We got to put something on the table
I'll
here.
put it on video.
If the Knicks do win this series, what are you guys willing to do on camera?
What?
I'll milk myself. I don't know.
What? Excuse me?
Changing the subject.
How does that work?
Win this
No,
series,
we don't get to just glance over that. How does one milk themselves?
if the Knicks win this,
I wait for the ovulation period and I let it rip.
I'm going to reach out to
However
Rutgers
nature works.
and let you get hit by one of their linebackers. No, you.
As in you're talking in third
How about
person.
this? I'm going.
There's no way that they allow that, so that would be a waste.
I'm going to reach out to Rutgers.
If I were 25 and dumb, I'd say yes, but I don't know if it's worth 300 Instagram subscribers.
There's no way.
All right,
no way.
I got something that's more manageable or more reasonable.
Just because
I called the Rutgers basketball program. How about this? I'm going to call the Monmouth University
Don't make me root
basketball
against the
program,
Knicks.
and I'm going to set up a
What are you
3-point
gonna say?
contest against their best player. You wouldn't do a 3-point contest, Joe?
There's no way they allow that.
Well,
You can do
throw
it.
some.
I haven't shot a basketball in 2 years. No.
I can still shoot, so I'm fine. I do
If
shoot
I
quite
actually
often.
get somebody to do a
Freck
3-point
still has
contest
the
against us,
Danilo
all 3 of us
Gallinari
have to
move.
do
Let
it.
him do it.
It would be a lot.
Why does
a
it? Why
lot
do we
more
have to include somebody else? Why can't we just do it amongst ourselves? Like, I don't know, Macri. When's the last time you threw a pitch? When's the last time you?
I
When's the
threw
last
I
time
threw
you
a few
threw from
pitches
the
in the
windup?
bullpen with my players. None.
So basically, you haven't thrown at all. So
you
that would
seen
be the
Japan
thing. How many
like
hits
that?
can we get off Macri? I don't know, because I'm going to be honest with you. I would
I
stand.
can't even hit an underhand softball.
It might be
I
a
would
burp.
stand in the box against you, but I'd have no faith that you wouldn't hit me. Because, and truly, when's the last time you
Yeah,
threw from the windup, like actually threw consistently?
I give it a
It's probably been ages. I'm not talking about just throwing. I'm guaranteed to get nailed in the face.
If a Jets Super Bowl is a 10, what would a Knicks title be?
See, it's hard to rate that because it's probably more likely the Knicks get a title. I don't know. That's really hard because it's still one of my teams. So my reaction, let's go off that. If my reaction for the Jets would be a 10, the Knicks would be like a 7.
Okay, that's fair. You could have said 5 and I would have accepted that.
No, I'd probably say no because I'd be so excited either way. In terms
Yankees
of
would be a 5.
yeah,
They're
because
spoiled.
so yeah, I would say that it would probably in my ranks it would be the Jets would be my number 1. Rangers would probably be my number 2.
And Blue Jackets.
Fuck the Blue Jackets. My Knicks would be 3. Knicks would be my third reaction, and then the Yankees would be because I've seen it. Like I've never seen the Knicks win a championship in like where I've actually watched it. I've never watched the Rangers myself win a championship. I've never watched the Jets win a championship. I've seen the Yankees personally win 4. So it would I would definitely say it's probably a 7. You know what? Actually, it's tough. I might put the Knicks ahead of the Rangers. So I'm going to change my answer. I would put the Knicks ahead of the Rangers.
I didn't know you were a big hockey guy.
I love hockey. Hockey's become like my number 2 sport, but I just think that if there was a team in the city to win a championship that would rally the city and people would go crazy for, it's the Knicks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think a Yankee World Series, a Giant Super Bowl, a Jet Super Bowl, or a Mets World Series would do what the Knicks would do for the city if they win it. Just being completely transparent.
It's wild.
Oh, it's insane. If we somehow pull this off this year, which I don't know if we will, I'd probably bet we don't. We're going to the parade, right?
Yeah, live stream.
All right, I just want to make that clear that we're all taking off work to go to the Knicks parade.
Joe,
I could probably take
since
the
you've seen
subway
a Giant Super Bowl, are the
rest
Knicks
of the
number
day.
1 on your list right now?
No, we're taking off work.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. In the moment, though, I always just get into a football mode or a basketball mode. Like when football season's on, I'm like, why would I ever want to watch basketball? Now that the NBA playoffs are on, I'm like, why would I sit around and watch a 3.5-hour football game?
Yeah, Knicks.
That's not true.
I'm assuming for you it would be the Mets before the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mets just because
Mets would be a
of
huge
like,
deal for a
childhood,
smaller subset of people.
Fandom that I've had for so long. For a while, it was actually Michigan was number 2 on my list, but I just saw that happen. So I think Knicks.
Oh, I didn't even mention Rutgers. We don't have to worry about it.
I'd be excited for that. With the Liberty, did the Liberty get a parade?
They did get a parade. We were very excited in this. Like I said, we're big WNBA family. I admit it, like we are. We're excited for the season coming up.
By the way, I'm glad they did.
It was awesome. It was a very tense. We did not go this year. My wife went last year to the finals. She took Georgia to the finals last year. We did not go this year. We had a lot of stuff going on at the time it was going on, but it was like in our house, like we were glued to the couch, very emotional watching it. Like, my wife gets it's not like it's weird, but it's funny. Like when my wife is very into she was a former basketball player. Watching her and be so in tune with the sport is so funny. She's calling out fouls, she's calling out plays, she's freaking out. It is so funny. Oh, she just came in. She heard me, and she just came in. So, yeah, no. Watching.
Does she agree that Liberty stole that title?
Who?
The Liberty stole that title.
Babe, do you agree that the Liberty stole the title last year? Yes. She says yes.
No. Okay.
But yes, my wife watching WNBA.
That's a measured basketball fan.
I told them.
She was so excited.
Yeah. So no, it's my wife agrees that they stole it. But guess what? A win's a win, and that's all that matters. So. But yeah, no.
If the refs gave it to the Knicks, I wouldn't care.
My wife says that my daughter's going to be Division I basketball player.
Women's wrestling.
I'm going to be very disappointed.
No thanks to my genetics.
UConn or bust.
UConn.
Women's wrestling is getting big. I'd love for my daughter to wrestle, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
If she's got your attitude, okay? She might. Wrestling for women's coming big.
Yep, that's what Steve just said.
So, if she wants to sign up for it, okay. That cauliflower ear, I'll take it. It's okay.
I'm trying to make a Foxcatcher joke, but I can't think of one.
Yeah, because you didn't watch the documentary. I hate you both.
Coming.
Oh, by the way, new
documentary
coming. You'll watch. I want everyone to watch Catholics versus Convicts. I'm giving you 2 now. It was very good.
Methodist?
No, Catholics versus Convicts
or
was,
Methodist Catholics?
Miami and Notre Dame.
Okay.
Is it? I don't know. Is that really the first thing
Isn't
you think
Methodist
of when
a
you hear
subset of
Catholics?
Catholic?
Is SMU?
I'm not best.
See you later.
No, I could have sworn that was a 30 for 30
Dude,
game.
I just got a great. There was
For
the
SMU.
death penalty 30 for 30. That was probably my favorite 30 for 30 I ever watched. I can't find it though. It's not on Netflix or anything. Yeah. You know what we should do for the Enclave? We're all Roman Catholics, right? Dugan, you're Roman Catholic.
Hell yeah.
We should do a live stream of the Enclave every time they meet.
I thought you say church.
Maybe we can get one of our local churches to let us come in and live stream the Enclave like a sporting event.
Yeah, OLPH will be down for that.
There is no more OLPH.
I think the church is still open though.
There isn't?
St. Agnes is gone too.
Oh.
No, they everything got sold. Now. They're
Mary's.
knocking it down for condos. I'm almost 100% certain.
No, OLPH is still around.
I'm gonna look that up.
Call them up. What are their hours?
I'll leave them a voicemail. Hey,
Just
we'd
leave
like
them
to do a live stream of the Enclave at your place, if that's okay.
Say, hey, it's God. You have to open up your doors to these
I did
guys.
too.
Oh yeah, OLPH is still open. It was so weird. Why did you go to CCD at OLPH?
For like
I never
2
understood
years.
that.
We all did. Joe switched over too.
I thought you went
It
to
was right
St.
down the road.
Agnes with me.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, I did OLPH till 5th grade, I think, and then middle school.
No, he didn't.
I never went to St. Agnes.
Yeah, but your dad lived in the Highlands. It made sense. Dugan lived in freaking Atlantic Highlands, dude.
Hour 20, church talk.
You traitor. You
What would
piece
they
of
think
shit.
though?
At
We're
all.
all
We
children
called
of
them.
God.
and
It doesn't
You
matter.
are
what
lady
college.
of perpetual
like,
help
hey,
garbage.
can we live stream at your church? And then we show up, the 3 of us.
I received all my sacraments there.
Yeah, but I mean, how many people are live streaming the Enclave? Being completely honest, nobody. I don't even know how you live stream it. We just wait. We just talk about the Pope,
We
and then all of a
spike
sudden,
something in there.
the smoke comes up black, and we get to be the first ones to be like, "Oh my God, they chose!" And whoever. It is.
Touchdown. Whoa.
Oh lordy, this is
Fucking legacy talk.
this is how you know everything went
As you
great.
stack up.
Yeah.
Can I just point out what were we down tonight? 16? Was that the most we were down? No, we were down more than that. We were down 20.
I said it was 73-53, just like game
And
one.
just to be clear, Dugan said if they get it within 12, I got to give that to him. If they get it within 12, Dugan said there's a chance. And to be fair,
I didn't believe. I didn't believe.
as soon as it's, the big thing is Al Horford literally shot them out of that game, just to be clear. How many missed threes did he have? I'm going to tell you right now. Why guess? Al
Look at
Horford was
Pritchard's
2
stat
for
line.
11,
3 of 9, 3
from
of
3, and I
9.
bet you he shot 4
So
threes.
he went 3 of
in the
9 from
fourth.
field goal, but 3 of 9 from 3-point line. So he's
I don't.
not trying to.
I felt like he was hitting shots.
That's not terrible. That's like mediocre.
But was it the defense?
To be
or
fair,
was it
nobody on the
just
Celtics
not
played that
shooting
great.
well?
The Knicks just played that bad for so long. Like, I think it was the Celtics not shooting well early on. I think in the fourth, which the Knicks always do, they turn it on. They clamp down, like in the fourth. But so part of me is like, why can't they?
OKC's off and running. Damn.
Yeah, they are.
It's
Part of
like
me is like,
Memphis
why
game.
can't the Knicks sustain this all game? And then I realized they have to do it in spurts. And to be completely fair, I don't know if the Knicks were all that uncomfortable being down what they were. It happens so often all throughout the year, all throughout the playoffs. I don't think the Knicks are ever uncomfortable until it's over. So something tells me they were probably calm, cool, and collected while they were down 16, 20, 12 with 7 to go.
Celtics. So,
Yeah, we got swept.
So if we beat the Celtics here, can we put the regular season, record against good teams to bed and just say, it is what it was. They were just coasting.
Yeah, but was it coasting or was it?
I would
just
say so.
Let's
Now
get blown out the last 4 games.
Something else, like I don't know.
The Celtics are a 60-win team.
Right now, it does not feel like it was as obviously because they're up 2 games, but it does
with
not
the
feel like
season,
it was as big a deal as they made it up to be in the media.
The Knicks would play the Celtics. It would be close at halftime, but then or the Celtics would get a lead, and then the Knicks would have to keep their starters on the court while the Celtics put like Peyton Pritchard and other guys in for like a majority of a quarter, fresh guys. And then their starters would come back in the fourth quarter rested, and they would just open up the lead by a lot. You can't really do that in the playoffs because, like every playoff team's going to grind their guys out. They're going to get big minutes out of their guys. I mean, the Pistons stuck around with us in round 1 with minutes. Like, their starters were always on the court. Celtics, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Russell Westbrook's doing Russell Westbrook things, boys. No, he's starting. He's fighting right now on the court.
Oh, they're down 20. He's got to get him wrong.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. This game is not going well at all for Denver.
No shot.
And the Oklahoma City crowd would never boo Russell Westbrook.
He probably should.
He could punch Shea in the face and they'd probably be split.
Yeah.
Grant Williams is on the Thunder.
The weirdest crowd, though. They like sit the whole time.
Really? I don't. They are very weird, but I'm gonna.
They're
I
very
hate
polite
these,
and Midwestern. Yeah.
These uniforms are off. Like this is this like an alternate for the Thunder because this is terrible. It's like the Love's colors. I hate it.
That's what they had game 1.
You know why they're not going to win?
They should go back to the
Thunder.
This is awful. These colors are terrible. The kitty toucher, Josh Giddey, the kitty toucher. Just kidding, Josh. You want to come on the pod and explain yourself? We're all ears.
Caruso's a great pickup though. Like he's been.
Oh God!
That pass was unreal though. I'm probably behind, but
loves Alex Caruso.
The one who was driving.
He's the best white perimeter defender since.
I love watching Jokic try to
Kirk Heinrich
drive the court.
Yeah,
he's pretty slow.
Very slow. He's not pretty slow. He's very slow. I don't know.
Yeah,
do we think that the Denver has it? Well, they came back from a big deficit last game, did they not? It's scary. 13 points right now in 2 minutes left in the first. I mean, the Thunder can't sustain this, right?
I mean, they sustained against Memphis.
Remember when the Pacers shot like 70% from the field against the Knicks, and I'm like, they can't sustain this every quarter. I'm like, it's going to slow down.
Yeah, at halftime, I was like, it'd be a record if they kept this up.
I think they finished it. Yeah, wasn't it 67% from the field or something?
It was the record. No, without Jokic, this is I think like a 28-win team.
Westbrook is doing his best to get back in this game.
I appreciate it.
I got to be honest with you. For what is he, 36?
I just want to know what you do
For
as
as old
the
as he
Nuggets,
is, he
because
can
like
still
you're
play
not a
basketball.
finals
He's
winning
still a
team
good
anymore,
piece.
as is.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know what moves you can make. You're so strapped with cap, to the cap now. You got
Aaron Gordon. That's all I know.
Well,
maybe move Murray.
I was about to say you got Murray, who's tied to a ton of money. You got Michael Porter tied to a bunch of money. Joker obviously tied to a ton of money.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm sure Gordon's making good change. I don't know.
Jamal Murray and picks for Jalen Green.
Listen, I know a team that might be willing to give up a perimeter defender for him. Knicks, straight up, we'll take Joker and his deal, and you take on Mikal Bridges, who just won us 2 games.
They can have the 5 first-rounders from 2035 to 2040.
Where are they?
Oh, by the way, I did look that up. The Knicks have 2 first-round picks next year.
Oh, okay. It's not too bad.
Wizards. That might be.
So they have the Wizards pick, and then they have their own.
Oh, Wizards.
But it's top 10 protected.
Oh.
Which, they could finish.
So if the
Wizards weren't that awful
finish
this year,
in the
right?
top 10, they keep it.
No, they were pretty bad.
Oh, were they? Yeah. So. Yeah, but then we would get their 2027. They no matter what happens, we get their 2027 pick.
Okay.
So, and it depends how you look at it. Like, I remember the Mavericks, that happened to us, and then they threw a game to get their top 10 pick back, and then they finished, we got the 26th pick the next year. I don't think the Wizards are capable of that. They probably stay in that range of where they are anyway.
When's the last time the Knicks drafted anybody?
I don't know.
But they
to be honest with you, it's been that dude from France that didn't. I think he played like 3 minutes this season. No, I think we maintained our. That was the pick from Mavericks.
Our entire team is from other franchises. Like our 7 best players.
But I'll be honest with you, 2027, because we don't have a first round pick in 2027, and we have our own in 2026. Like I'm sure the Warriors are going to get a top 10 pick.
What have these guys?
I'd rather just wait it
since
out.
they came to the franchise. Though Brunson was just hitting the surface with the Mavericks. He became a superstar on the Knicks. Hart was, yeah. I don't know. That's tough to say because Luka was always going to be the number 1 guy on the Mavericks. So would he keep the role that he had in the playoffs? Probably. But the other guy was Hart.
Yeah, just to be clear, we're not getting the Warriors pick this year. They have the second worst record.
How many triple doubles did he have this year? It was a lot. Yeah. I think it was a franchise record, right? For one. Yeah, it was like a late season act.
And if you remember, we gave up a second round pick for him, did we not?
Yeah. I always thought he was like a solid role player on the Lakers. Yeah. Kind of like DiVincenzo, like he was solid on the Bucks.
It's weird, like Brunson, Hart.
He kind of broke down the Warriors.
Steps. Even OG, I feel like, has become more of the player that he was looking to become. But then, like, Bridges comes over, and he takes a step back, though.
Yeah, I still know how to feel about.
I don't know
how he is.
So, like, if we get through the Celtics, was this season a success?
I mean, we haven't made the conference finals in 25 years. I would say yes.
And then what do you do next year?
What
do you think is the move to get to the next point next year?
I mean, Giannis is going to be available. Like, how hard do you go after him?
I personally probably wouldn't. We didn't even give up a pick for Josh Hart.
Well,
I think there's some guys in the Celtics whose contracts are up who are going to be free agents.
We gave up Cam Reddish,
thank God they got
Ryan Archie-Diacono, and Sviatoslav Mikhailovich.
I thought Cam Reddish was going to be better.
Lakers, I thought.
Cam Reddish is he even on a team anymore? No. Nope. Hasn't played this. Did not play this year. Oh, yeah, he did play this year. Sorry. But they waived him in March. He was special in college.
The Wollongong Tigers.
Hey, speaking of which, we have a friend, Denzel Riller. You
Where did he
probably
play in
remember him from
college?
middle school. His brother plays in China and is one of the best players in the CBA.
Younger, I'm guessing.
He played it. Yes, he's younger. He played at the College of Charleston.
Wow, that's D1.
He scored 30 in a matchup against Villanova in the NCAA tournament.
What happened to
That was like
Denzel?
a 15-2 or something.
Or was
Yes, it was a 50. Yeah, they almost beat Villanova that
basketball
year.
skills for him.
Oh shit.
He lives in Florida. Probably
Yeah, why
got
you
it from the
saying
mother's
that,
side.
though?
He was
Why
always
you saying
super
that?
athletic. From what I remember. What? Because I played against him.
Because I didn't think you ever played against them.
You know, we should get Grant.
Why are you saying that?
We're gonna get Grant on the team.
He would come to Hillside sometimes.
He
He
lived
was
in-
also on. He was on Mike's.
I don't think I
Rec team,
ever
too.
saw him play a sport.
I don't think so. He could play basketball. Decent basketball player. He was on our flag football team. He was on the team.
Oh, okay. Good.
But I love Denzel. We used to play video games a lot. Now, not so much. We're on different schedules. So, but his brother plays for
Lions. The Chicago
Grant.
Lions.
He plays for. I'll tell you right now. I think it's what Dugan just said. Believe it or not. Yes.
Has he played against Jimmer Fredette?
Jimmer Fredette retired, so probably not.
Is this stuff on Marbury too?
No, he's like a hero in China.
He just retired. He don't play no more.
I know, but he's been playing there the last. Yeah, Marbury has his own museum.
So the only way I like to watch Grant's games, the only way I can watch it is on DraftKings. It's the only way I can catch a game is on DraftKings. But I'm going to reach out to him and say, hey, you want to come talk? He's going to tell me no, but he's currently, hold on, I'm trying to see here, find his stats, but he averages like 35 points a game in China.
And some of those guys are like former pros.
So you're only allowed 2 on your, like I was reading the rules about it.
Oh,
You're
foreign born?
So yeah, you're only allowed 2 foreign-born players, and they're always pros. So like on his team, it was him and what was that guy's name? He was a point guard for the Cavaliers for a while.
Deron Williams?
No. I'll tell you right now.
Boobie Gibson?
Booby Miles. But I remember my first question to him was,
Didn't they
"Hey,
just
what
shut
is it
down in
like eating
America?
food over there?" And he said he has Ruby Tuesdays every night.
He's homesick.
So maybe here in America, but over there, that's all they give. Like he doesn't eat the, native food.
Is he worried about a Brittany Griner situation?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hey, the guys,
with the tariffs and everything, you never know.
Of course.
they're going to tariff basketball.
Well, no. It's... Oh, that's
How
that's pressing world news.
How much did the tariffs affect? Oh yeah, I guess it would affect you too.
It affects everybody.
Yeah, I believe me, I'm reeling. I was. I don't want to get political on here, but it hasn't been fun.
Okay.
Anyway, you know what? Maybe we should fly to China for a game. What do you think? I'd probably get us tickets.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Just a couple.
Joe would
We
rather
fly out
go
on
to
a Monday,
Ibiza or
watch the
something.
game on a Tuesday, and come back that night type thing. Go to work Wednesday.
20. I'm not.
He
Yeah,
did
I'm
that
22
trip on his
still.
own.
Rather go to Ibiza. I'd rather not go anywhere. Did you? You
I
went
did.
to Ibiza?
Yeah, I actually I met up with Charlie Arliss was visiting a friend in Miami, and I met up with him for a few days. And then when he left, instead of going home, I went to Ibiza for like 3 or 4 days.
Just on a whim?
No, it was planned.
What did you do in
I guess
Ibiza?
The decision to book it.
Wait, should I
saw
stop
Dave-
recording so you can tell us what you did in Ibiza?
I saw Avicii on his last tour.
Wait,
I thought it was pretty
before
sick.
we stop
Oh,
recording.
geez. All right, yeah. Well, you can explain the rest of it after we stop recording.
Tomorrow night's game
I
between
don't
the
drink.
T-Wolves and
I'm not worried about the
Warriors
drinking, Deacon.
is T-Wolves are
Okay.
favored -9.5. That's crazy.
Really?
No Steph Curry.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
that's right. Yes, he's not. He's missing.
makes
Isn't somebody
sense.
else out too for the Warriors?
All right, I think we
They're
wrap
probably
it
gonna
up
try to rest
here.
everybody. Just take an L. I'll take the
43
Podemski
points
over.
for the Thunder in the first quarter.
You might
That's
want him.
crazy.
He's
one
going to get his
quarter.
looks.
All right, boys, we got the win. I think this means we have to live broadcast it
Oh, Jesus.
for the Knicks
Yeah.
Go New York, go New York, go.
finals. Yeah, if they get through. Every
Maybe
game,
we'll run it
Live
back.
broadcast the finals.
NBA finals.
Alrighty, boys. Let's go, Knicks.
All right.
We'll be back.
I don't know how I'm going to mark off these chapters.
Don't worry
The
about
first
it. Just
75%.
release it in its unnatural cut form.
The first
whatever.
75%.
Just let it go.
Just uncircumcised
What?
podcast. Just
Yes.
nice and raw. Yep.
Oh, Curry might be done for the playoffs. By the way,
Oh, they're cooked.
Oh, bullshit.
he's
done,
expected to
yeah.
miss at least a week. That's your series.
I'm saying he'll be back game 4 then. Game
About
4.
time. About time they won the game.
The Yankees just walked it off, Macri. Can we just talk about the greatness of Max
I
Fried
talked to
real
you
quick
about
before we
this.
sign off? Just
I
being all
enjoy Max
seriousness.
I do.
You're a former pitcher. You have to appreciate what he's doing. I do too, because he doesn't strike
But you
anybody out. He doesn't throw. I mean, he throws hard, but not overly hard like today's
You don't want to
pitchers.
make that defense
And he's
work
just
too much.
consistent. The amount of soft contact this man gets is
He does.
disgusting. He does, though. So anyway, everybody, maybe we'll be back for Game 3.
All right.
Great podcast.
Good night,
I like
all.
this round discussion. Let's do it again, boys.